Hello everyone, this is 67 and I'm going to be recording a speedrun attempt here of the Atari ST cover of Dizzy, Prince of the Yolkfolk. A few days ago I started speedrunning this game. I've never done it before, but I've seen a lot of speedruns of other games. But I don't think the Dizzy games have really ever been speedrun before, at least not this game, and definitely not on this system. But it was fun to route it, and I'd like to show it to other people. I probably won't do too well in this video while doing the commentary, but I'll try. Alright, let's try this again. It's hard to find a balance between giving commentary on things you're seeing and actually paying attention to the game, because I'm not that good at doing both at the same time. The beginning of the game here is quite linear, but later on you can make choices what to do when, and of course I've tried to find the fastest way to go about things. I'm not sure why my split there is so good and why it was so much worse now. That guy, for example, we won't talk to him just yet because we only need him much later in the game actually. I do hope I will not forget splits this time. As you see in my PB, I actually forgot the Chira Princess split. Okay, now jump here. No, again missed it. Wow. If this wasn't a recording, I would have reset now for sure, because it's so close to the beginning of the game too. But I won now. It is a tricky part for sure, but I should be able to do it consistently if I'm paying enough attention. Now here are these cherries. You might be seeing the category name all cherries. The objective of the game is to save Dizzy's girlfriend. This is the egg here. Dizzy's girlfriend Daisy. She's sleeping in a castle tower. You can save her when after you've been knighted, which will happen near the end of the game. But if you haven't gotten all cherries by the point you're waking her up, you will get a bad ending. So that's why we're collecting all the cherries. Most of the cherries are in the way, but it does cost a bit of extra time to get them. And there are also one or two cherries that are actually a little harder to get. Some cherries are hidden like this one, but if you know where they aren't really changing or anything. Alright, now go into the castle for the first time. The castle to the right, there's a bad castle to the right and a good castle to the left. Nice, that's a tricky jump, but in my failed recording I did get it all 3 times. This is a tricky jump too, and in my failed recording I missed it a bunch of times, but in my PB I got it every single time. I'm trying to find a reference pixel, but it's not the most obvious. Nice, we stayed up there. You can easily fall down there, but then you have to climb up again, as this harp we found is being sought after by Saint Peter, which we'll go meet at Heaven's Gate here. Oh, okay, nice. Should have missed that there. But I'm way glad I didn't fall off there. I thought I was going to. Okay, here's Peter. Come on. Look at the heart. I've got a notepad open which shows that for Peter I need to first press spacebar 7 times, then up 3 times, then spacebar another 4 times. I fell down there, I didn't want to fall down there. Obviously. There's a cherry to get up here, and I could get it later. It would probably be faster to get it later, but I'd like to show the optimal route here. And I'm also worried that if I don't use the optimal route, I will get unbeatable gold splits. As in splits that won't be beatable by using the optimal route. Okay, now don't forget to do the split. Okay. Next split is speed up boat. We need to go into the castle on the left for that, because this guy thinks his boat is too slow. It is kind of slow actually, but if it's faster it will be harder to stay on it. Actually, when you speed it up it moves at the same speed of Dizzy, so once you're on top of it, it's actually easier to stay on top of it, but it's harder to get on it without falling off. We're going to help the lion later. He's sad now, he will be happy soon. We will need that thorn that's in the store. Passing that guy again, we don't need him yet. That's where we got the pickaxe, and with the fluffle we collected, we can scare him away and go into the castle. At this point we can actually go up here to the highest bit of the castle and achieve the key, and then in the castle to the right we'll be able to unlock the door to Daisy's room, but we can't actually wake her up yet. To say something like you kissed Daisy but she didn't wake up, and that's because we aren't royal, I guess, so the kiss doesn't work or something. So we need to help the kingdom here in order to be able to actually wake our girlfriend up, and that's why this game is called Prince of the Yolkfolk. Okay, I forgot this split last time, I hope I won't now. I've set the splits up like this, with splitting when the transition happens after doing said thing, because it's hard to press the split button while doing something, and it's easier like this. Alright, I got my turn. Thanks for the sight. We'll need that to cut through the vines we saw in the right castle. Oh, I didn't. I lost hardly any time between pick up fluff and speed up boat. That's actually pretty nice. I lost most of the time near the beginning. I think I fell. Yes, I failed. Well. That's not as huge of a time loss as it is when you miss a cherry we're going to get soon. I actually didn't fail it in the previous recording. We'll see how it goes now, because I did fail it in all of my PBs so far. This is the fines we need to get through, and there's another easy cherry behind them. This bugle here we do need, but this is actually what we need to give to that man at the beginning. But as we don't need him yet, we won't pick the bugle up either. I just like to keep as little items in my inventory as possible, so I don't accidentally drop the wrong item. Okay. Up here. That guy down there is what I call fake Dizzy. I think in the official manual it's called Devil Doppelganger Dizzy or something like that. He prevents us from getting the wrench that's there, because when we do he will flip a switch and we'll fall down there into the pond. Okay, here's that hardest cherry of the game. And if we fall to the left here, we'll have to redo the entire castle section, which will raise like 50 cents or something, I don't know really. Okay, we got it, nice. And now please don't fall back into the castle, nice. And we fell down here, which is not so nice. Okay, we can then skip this for now, I think. We're supposed to get up there, but that will be slow now. But this is what I mean with splits, because now I'm doing this because it's faster to do this now. But that means I'll probably get a gold split here. partly because there's a part I usually do that I usually would have done now, that I'll now do later. But I can't really set the splits up in a way that won't happen, because this game is one run. It can't really easily be segmented or anything. Yeah, now I got the gold split by far. I might have gotten a gold split otherwise too, but I think this might be a gold split that I can't beat doing the usual route. But this might not be a huge deal. Gold splits aren't actually that of that much importance, I think. So now we got the thorn out of the toe of the lion, and we can kill that fake dizzy with it. Because as you might have noticed, he just mirrors your moves exactly. So if we put that nail in a certain place and then let him walk over it, we'll be rid of him. I hope I can make this. No, I cannot. I'm not sure what determines the cycle of these platforms. I think it's global. But sometimes I can make it and sometimes I can't. And sometimes I could, but I miss it, of course. Here. Alright, we can really put this nail in any place. I think we could even put it here. Yeah, we can. Doesn't really matter. Because as he's mirroring your moves, the farther you walk now, the less far you'll have to walk after you've done it. Because say I dropped it here. You see, I could have dropped it here too, for example. But then I'd need to walk farther here before he'd walk into them. Now we can get the greasy spanner. Apparently, I almost forgot to split. I'm actually ahead of my PB now. That's a welcome surprise. I wasn't expecting to do that, as in the previous attempt at this video, my first attempt at this video, I actually got like 20 seconds behind my PB. But I'm doing well now. I'm doing very well. Even though I was 40 seconds behind first. But of course we need to do that thing we missed before. So we might be back way down fast. Especially if you keep missing that. If you luckily don't. Ah, no. Fell down again. That's really a shame. I would have liked to show that jump. It's not that hard actually, if you know where to jump, but as you can see, this is only the 9th attempt of this I've done, and only 4 of those I think I got that far. Oh, there were some parts I did extra practice on, but not that part. I might need to do that. Alright. These clouds are always scary. And now we got the cherry. We're on our way to cheer up the princess, and then we won't know whether we're on good time, because in my PB I forgot that split. It's a little tricky here to pick up the joke book instead of the magic carpet, because the magic carpet he usually gives you right at the beginning of the game if you talk to him, but I didn't want to talk to him, and it's completely useless. There are 3 useless items in this game. It's the carpet, it's the flask of green potion which we saw earlier, and this bread right here, completely useless. And if you know, oh no, what did I do? Oh well, there goes any chance at the PB, because while commentating, I was thinking too much about the bread and want to show it, and I accidentally went there too early, because we need to get the bridge down first using the greasy spanner. So yeah, this isn't going to be too good of a time, I think. But that doesn't really matter, as the main purpose of this video is more like a little bit of a proof of concept. This game can be speedrun. And I'll probably do it some more times actually. There's still quite some improvement to be done on my PB. We're about to meet the princess here, on the leftmost screen of the entire game. Come on. Sometimes spacebar just won't work. That's why playing the DOS version is probably faster, as if you press spacebar the menu comes up instantly, instead of wasting a few frames, and sometimes a lot more because it just won't show. I'm guessing there's a way to get that menu thing to show up consistently, but I wouldn't know. For now it seems kind of arbitrary. I just realized something. I think I'm going to fail this run anyway, as I'm actually missing a cherry. Did I get the one with the princess? No, shouldn't have jumped down there. I am going to finish this run, but it won't count, because I haven't gotten all cherries. I'm missing one right now. The last one is with Daisy. And of course I forgot that you are Princess Pit again. Wow. It's only happened once so far that I didn't forget it. I do wonder now where I missed that cherry. I might have missed it with the princess, and then in that case I might still have been able to get a good time if I went back to get it. Oh no, actually I think I know where it is. I think I know where it is, because I find it hard to believe I'd have missed that cherry at the princess, because it's out in the open. But there might have been there is a hidden one which I might have missed. We'll check. It won't be a good. It won't count if I don't get it anyway. But it does seem like this wasn't that bad of a time anyway, even though I made some bad mistakes because I wasn't paying full attention. I wonder how streamers do that, how they can pay attention. No, it's not there. Then I might have indeed missed the one with the princess. I want to watch this back now. But now I can show the bad ending. And I won't actually save these splits because they're not valid, as I haven't got all cherries. Nice. It's a fun speedrun in my opinion. It's unlike any speedruns I've seen before, for sure, because there isn't really any movement to optimize here. Oh, wow! I actually missed this cherry right here. That appears after getting the greasy spanner. That means this run is still valid, because I've now gotten all cherries. And I wasted a bit of time by going into the house there. Oh, I should skip this split actually, because I missed it. That means now I will get the cherry, and now I will end the game, end the run. 1826, that's 16 seconds behind MPB. Well, I did make quite a few mistakes, so yeah, there's a lot to improve on here still. But I think I will, because it's fun, so I'll probably do some more of these, not recording them, I think. This is the end of the game, we got a cherry pie. And thanks for watching this video.